Okay, can someone put it on the media that on the class, on the group that we started the class? Anyone can just type that. Okay. So last time when we were talking about data analysis, I introduced what data analysis is, definition of data analysis, the types of data analysis, and where we can use data analysis. That is the use cases of data analysis. Also, I also talked about the processes of data analysis. I said we have five major processes of data analysis. The first process is getting the data. We have to get our data from any source or from the organization, any source, maybe the organization, the people, or you can get dummy data sets from online also. So when you get your data set, you have to upload it into any of the analytics tool. What are the analytics tool that we have? We have the Excel, we have the Power BI, we have the SQL, we have Python, and we have much more. So when you import your data into Excel, the next thing you want to do is you want to clean the data. I told us the other day that data can be dirty. So you want to clean your data and or you want to transform it. They also call it data transformation. So after you are done with that, you also want to analyze the data. So the data cleaning or data transformation is just to make your data to be cleaned, to be ready for analysis. So when you're done cleaning, you want to analyze the data, that is you deriving insight from the data set. So after then you want to visualize that. So visualization is just like representing your decision or your conclusion with charts, with bar graph, column charts, pie charts, and all. So after that, you want to do a report. So let me just write it quickly on my computer here. So we have something we call processes of data analysis. So the first one is getting the data. So the second one is planning. So the third one is analysis. Fourth one is planning analysis, visualization. So the fifth one is reporting. So yeah, let's start. Let's start from the first one. Okay. So these are the processes of data analysis. So we can see we have five major things. So we have how do we get our data? I was explaining it the other time that we can get data from different sources. You can, if you are working as a data analyst for an organization or an industry or any hospital, maybe anywhere you are working, anywhere you are working, they will be the ones to supply the data set you'll be analyzing. So that's the first step. You have to get data. Now let's say, okay, I'm not working for any organization yet. So how do I get data sets to practice? So we actually have something we call cargo.com, and I implore everyone to have an account with them. So you just want to go to your Google Chrome or Microsoft Edge or any of your browser, just type cargo.com. Can you see KAGGLE.com? Then you just press your enter key. Now let's search for it. So as you can see, we have I already have an account here, but then the first thing it was supposed to bring, it's supposed to be something like, I think it should be like sign up, because I do work here. That's why I can see something like this. So you can see, if you are the first timer, so you will see something like sign up. Then you want to sign up. So this will be like the home page when you signed up, when you complete your um signing signing up registration. So this will be like your landing page. So this particular cargo.com is majorly it's for data scientists, but then as a data analyst, you also get some free data sets here. Now let's just look at the interface and then we analyze it before we move on to what we have for today. So the first thing is we have something like Kaggle, which is basically the name of the site. So we can see we have home, we have competition. If you just click on this competition, we have various competition going on. And this one you actually need anything. You don't have anything to do about it because most of the time they are just about data science, so you don't really need that. What you need in this case is just data set. You want to click on your data set here, so you can easily search for anything. Let's just say there's social media here. You can just search for unemployment. Let's say I just want to work on something like unemployment, then click on search button. Can you see I have different unemployment data sets. These are data sets. Can you see this is a CSV file? This is another CSV file. This is another CSV file. You have different file here. So you can just decide to go to pick anyone and then analyze it for practice sake. So let's just click on the first one here. So we can see this will be the colon. I can see something like it's 41.72 KB, which is fair. So I can see I have 33 columns in this particular data set. Now let's look at it. Sorry. So unemployment data sets, we have country name, we have the country code, we have 1991 to I guess you just go on. Can you see we have 1991 to 2021. So in case you like this um particular file, you just want to click on this download. But because I actually don't like this, so I would pass. I just click on another thing. Now let's just look at fake news. Why is fake news trending? And let's just look at this. So we can see it's giving me something like notebook. So when you see something like notebook, you actually don't need it as a data analyst because notebook is more like Jupyter notebook and it is for data science. So you just want to click on this data set here. So because I want a data set, I can see something like data set here. And let's just click on this. Let's see if it's actually a data set. I can see it is actually a data set, right? Where is it? So fake news. So we have fake or real news. So we have the why is this? Okay. So we have the hashtag, you have the title, you have the text, and you have fake or real. Okay. I'm struggling to understand what this particular thing is about. But yeah, you can also read the description here. If it is about um what you are trying to look at. Well, let's just look at for something easy. Let's just go for social media because I saw something like social media yesterday. So now let me just click on data set. Let's look at this. So we have social media analysis here. Now let's just look at this. So we have 5 of 5 columns. That's too small. Let's look at this. I have 13 columns. Okay, I think I actually have this before. Um so yeah, I'm trying to get a better one so we can use it for our analysis. So let's start another thing. So let's look at something like rate or something. So you can literally just search on any any data sets. So let's look at this rate cases in India by state or city. So you have 26 column here. Uh, I don't think we'll be using this because we have more than how many tables here. We have a lot of tables there, which I don't think we would be using for now. Maybe later in the course, we will know how to use multiple data sets. And let's look at another thing. I'm not just getting something. Can someone suggest a topic so I can use that? I can search that. Let's just say population. Three column. I'm sorry. Okay, let me look at don't just like this one. Mhm. Okay, let's look at this. Okay, let's look at this. Okay. If you want to download, you just click on this download here. Then you can see something like download data set as zip. Let's download it. So when you are done downloading, it's very easy. You can just click on your file. So I actually have it here. So I can click on it here. Let's double click on it. I can see something like bank additional full. So now the next thing you want to do is you want to extract it. So just right click on it. Then you can see something like extract here. So it is telling me that it does extract. So let's just search something like bank. Um, Looking. Sorry, let me look. Bank. Oh, this stuff again. Okay, I think I see it here. See it here. Okay. So it's loading. I did like this. Okay. Okay. So let's say this is what we download as. So you can see something like possible data loss. Let me just say. So you can see something like possible data loss. So you can see it is in CSV format. So the first thing is you don't want your data to you don't want to lose any of the data. So you have to convert this thing. You have to this particular stuff I'm seeing here is actually in what do you call it? It's in CSV. So you have to collect it, you have to change it to Excel workbook. So the first thing you want to do is click on your file, then click on save as. So I want to save it on my desktop. So one can instead of CSV now, so you want to change it to what? Excel workbook. So now let's just click on save where the bank additional form. Save. So now I told you the other day that data can be dirty. So now look at this. This data is very dirty. Can you see? We have this thing is actually supposed to be this age. I have to see it in a colon. Then my job, I want to see it in another column. Then marital, that is the marital status, I want to see them in another column. But look at how everything is just jam packed in a column. And this is what we call the edit data. So I want to separate them into different columns. So how do we do this? So the first thing you want to do is you want to click on everything. So I'm clicking on this column header here, right? On this column A, can you see how long column A is? So I'm clicking on this column A. So the first thing I want to do is because I want to separate each I want to separate each column. I want to separate them by each column. But now let's study each column. Let's study them. So look at age. What is ending age here? The last, would I call it symbol that's here is a semicolon. So this is a colon. This age we can see 56, 57, 37. That's a colon, right? Then we have our job, right? Can you see job? You have housemates, and after job we can see something like semicolon also, which is separating all the values inside that's supposed to be inside job. So if I want to separate this into column into different column, I will say whenever you see a semicolon, separate them into different column. Do you understand? So that would be the thing we want to do. Then you want to click on this column header here. So click on data tab. So because you are trying to separate them into different column, the first thing you want to do is you want to click on text column. So this text column helps you to separate what do you call it? Help you separate value into different column. So now we have different type. Is it delimited or fixed width? When you see something, what is a delimiter? Delimiter is a symbol that um that separates two or more words. You understand? In this case, what's separating our words is it's a semicolon. So you want to click on this delimited option. But if it is a fixed width, that means there is no symbol separating the word, or maybe the word is just a single word, and you are just trying to separate it. Maybe you are trying to separate the first three word, the last three words. That's when you click on this fixed width option. But in this case, I want to click on delimited, and the next thing I want to click on next. So now it is now asking you, okay, what is separating each word? So I want to say, no, it's not tab. I want to check this off. Then I will check this semicolon. Can you see? I have a preview here. So let me check this off so you can see how it is like. Now you can see it's more like this column before. But once I click on semicolon, I can see the preview of everything. I can see now age is separated into a new column. Job is now separated into a new column. Can you see marital status? I can see it's now married. Then I can see my education. I can see housing. I can see loan. Everything looking good. Now let's look at our day of the week. I can literally say I've cleaned everything now. So the next thing I want to click is what next. So I just want to click on finish. Then let's look at this beautiful thing that we have here. Um, what's happening? Okay, so let me just click on this. Let me resize it. Okay, can you see how I've transformed my data set into a good and visible data set, a good looking data set? Please, do you understand that, Lawal? Do you understand that?
I was following, but where you click that, is it tests? So this thing, I don't really get that part.
Okay, so
Can
this
you
data
just
under this data tab, yeah, can you see the data tab here?
Yes, I can
Hello.
see it. I can see it. I can see the
So
data.
under this data tab, there's something we call, and there's a data tools section there. So you can see
Okay.
text colon to your right. So you just click on this text colon, then you will see delimited. Then you want to click on this delimited, click on next, click on semicolon, click on next, then click on finish. Do you
Okay.
get that?
Yes, yes, I get it
Very
now.
simple. Okay.
Thank
So
you very
now
much.
basically, you're welcome. So basically, this is what we call getting the data. That's the first thing. I got the data. The data was not visibly appealing. It was not visibly appealing. I made it. I made it readable now. Now everybody can literally see this and understand what the data is about. When we imported the data, it wasn't as good as this. So the next thing is after what was it? Let me look at it again. So after getting the data, which we've completed the process, the next thing is what cleaning or transforming the data set. So how do we clean data set? Data can be dirty. An example of cleaning data set is what we just did. From not visibly appealing before, we made it visibly appealing, we make it readable, and you can easily see the data set without you getting an headache now. So now the next thing you want to do is you want to clean the data set. So under this data tab again, you can see something like filter, right? We have our filter button. So you just want to click on this filter button. Then you can see there is a drop down. There's a drop down on each column header. You understand? So before we start that, let's convert this into a table. So how can we convert an Excel worksheet into a table? Anyone? Can anyone tell me how you can convert an Excel worksheet into a table? Okay, without wasting so much of our time, you press Control T, T for table, Control. You hold your Control key, then press your T alphabet key on your keyboard. So you can see something like my table has a dash. So you just click on OK. Then you can see we have the table design. You can see we have a table design, which means this particular thing is not a table. So let's click on this drop down. We want to check if there is any need to clean this data set. So how do you know if there is a need to clean this data set or not? So we can see we have 17, 18. These are numbers. There are no alphabets there. So that means this all the data sets inside this column are very clean. So we can see we have 17. We have the age range ranging from what 17 to um 98. So because what am I working with? What data set? I'm working with a bank data. So I'm expecting the least individual that will have a bank account should be 18 years. You understand? So this 17 years should be illegal. That is, this is not valid. I don't know if you understand. I'm just trying to tailor it down to what I'm working with. Assuming I'm working with unemployment now, I will not have said 17 is not a valid age for being an unemployed individual. So in this case, because this is a bank, so I'm trying to work in line with their policy. So you can say anybody under the age of 18 should not have a bank account. So there's something we call filter. You can see I actually when I click on my data tab, there's I on my filter button. I clicked on my filter button. So filter button is just what is the meaning of filter? Filter is just filter. That is you are restricting some information. You are restricting some information from general information. Now let me just explain with a simpler data set. So we have let's say you have Goke, we have Shitsu, we have Ola, and we have Karama. So these are names of individual here. Then let's say the attrition. So let's say this is not paid. So we have paid here. We have not paid. We have paid here. So the next thing we want to do is let's make this what do you call it? Let's make this a table. So you can see this is just like a small table. So now filter is just like okay, I want to see how many people have paid here. Obviously, that means I do not need all this information. I just want to see Shitu and Karama. I don't want to see Goke and Ola, Shibi. So in this case, I just want to click on this one. I want to see only paid. So I will check this and I'll check this off because I don't want to see anything not paid. Can you see? I'll just click on OK. Can you see? My table has been reduced to 2 from 4. That means all the information about people that are not paid, they are not here anymore. So in this case, you can just copy it. Maybe you want to say, okay, these people are the one that will write exam. Just copy it, forward it to your supervisor that okay, these are the people that will write exam. So in a way, this one you've not actually deleted all the people and the information here. So there is actually a button here. Can you see? It looks like it's thumbnail. That means filter has been applied in that particular column. So once you click on that place, click on your not paid again. Then if you click on OK, then you can see you have all your information again. But then because you need this one, you've gotten this particular data set out of it. Now that's the same thing we want to do here. Because I need all the information. I know anybody range above 18 can have a bank account. So I want to check this off. That is all information about 17. I don't need it because I'm cleaning data set now. I'm cleaning this data set now. So the first thing is I'll click on OK. Then some has been removed, obviously. So if you should look at this now, can you see we can't see this something is this check off. So now the next thing, let's click on this job. So we have our job here. So there's nothing. I don't think there is a thing um to 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 clean here. So you click on OK. So we are going column by column. So you click on your marital status. We have divorced, we have married, we have single, we have unknown. So yeah, that's still cool. You have education. So we have basic 4, we have basic 6, we have basic 9. What's the meaning of basic 4? Is that not primary school?
Yeah, that's primary school.
What about basic 6? What is that supposed to mean?
Basic six. What do you say?
Sorry, I have basic 4Y here. That is basic 4 years, basic 6 years, and basic 9 years. I'm trying to think what do we mean by basic? What do we mean by that? Is it like
I
primary
think
school, secondary school, or nursery school?
basic is I think there's basic five. It's primary school.
Basic
I
4
think
should
it's
be
primary
nursery
school.
school, right? Okay, wait. Let's try to understand this. Let's say basic 4 is because children of 4 years can still be in nursery school. And let's say basic 4 is nursery school. Maybe basic 6 is primary school, and maybe basic 9 is secondary school. What about that?
That's right. It's okay. I guess.
Exactly. Okay.
So
Now, because
high school
let's
will
look at
be like
high school will be maybe like a college of education, polytechnic, I guess. Uh,
yes.
I guess. Okay, so now the first thing is because I don't want my user to be confused. One thing about being a data analyst is that you want to make your data set to be readable. So because I don't want my reader to be confused or my shareholder or my team lead, I don't want them to be confused. So I want to replace whenever I see basic.4y, I want to replace it with what primary school. So the first thing I will do is that I'll click on this column header here. So I can see I've highlighted everything here. So I'll click on find and select here. You can actually press Ctrl R, then you can see sorry, Ctrl F, then you can see something like replace here because I'm trying to replace a value. What's the value I'm trying to replace? It's asking me what should I find in this particular column I've highlighted. Can you see? Basic.4y. That's my thing. So basic.4y. So what should I replace it with? Nursery school, right? So I want to do something like nursery education, right? So you have to click on match entire cell content here. Then click on replace all. Can you see? And you can see we've made 4,176. This nursery education used to be basic 4.y. So now it has changed to what? Nursery education. This is just data cleaning. So the next thing is I want to change 6 years. This is where we have 6. I want to change it to primary. Let me put this P. Okay. Calculation. So you want to click on replace all. So can you see we've made 2,292 replacements. Okay. So the next thing I want to do is 9. I said that one should be secondary school. I want to do secondary education. So I want to click on replace all. So we made 6,042 replacements. So I was telling us yesterday, or the last class we had, that having one two data sets is even small. Can you see we have almost 41 rows of data here? Can you see we have 41,183 data sets here? So it's not too much when you have something. So you can see something. If you click on this drop down, I can see my family, all this one. But now I don't want to see this degree. I don't want to see dot. Can you see we have dot here? This high school. I want it to be, instead of it to be separated by dots, I want it to be separated by a space. So the first thing I want to do is I want to click on this particular column again. I can click on this file and select, click on replace here. So in case you cannot press Ctrl F, you can just, so now in this place, you just want to click on, whenever you see dot, replace it with what? A space. So in this place, you just click a space here. So magenta cell content. No, you want to check this off because dot is not a cell content. It's not the only cell content. So let's just click on replace all. So can you see 26,926 replacements? So now let's look at this. Let's look at how clean it looks now. So we can see everything is now not, it's not separated uh by by dots, but with a space now, which is better to read. So now this is a clean column now. You want to click on OK. So now let's click on our defaults. No unknown yes, which is better. So it is either you know it or you don't know it. And there are some people that are indecisive, which we have unknown here. So let's click on our housing filter drop down. So you have no unknown yes. There's nothing to claim there. We have known, we have no unknown yes. We have contact, we have cellular or telephone. So what's the meaning? Can someone differentiate with the different between cellular and telephone? I'm just asking. I really don't know about it. Anyone? Anyone help me out? The difference between cellular and telephone. Okay. I guess someone knows that. So let's just move on then. So we have months. We have April to December, because I can see December here. So they are looking good also. Nothing to claim there. We have day of the week. We have Friday, Monday, Thursday, Tuesday, Wednesday, which are good. We have what's this? Duration. Duration of what? Um Probably that should be alone. Duration. So we have almost 4,918 days. Okay. There are actually stuff to do here because this duration I have to confirm if this duration of loan or duration of the number of days they used with us in our bank. So in this case, when you are skeptical about the particular data, you just have to refer back to your team lead. Okay, what does this mean? But in this case, remember we are working with a random data set we found online. So you can just do anything. You can name it duration of what do you call it? We can name it duration of loan. So and we can actually convert it to years. And let's convert it to years. I want to insert a new column. So if I want to insert it convert so if I want to convert this to a year now, so we have duration now. If I want to convert it to a year, so I can just click on this column L, then insert a new column there. So we have what should we do? We want to convert this particular date to year. So you just want to start any formula or function, you have to start with what? An equals to. You want to click on this one, 261 divided by how many days do we have in a year? We have 365 days, right? want to do something like 365, then colon. So we can see we have because we are trying to convert it to a year, right? So I've converted everything. Everything has been converted. So now let's look at 348. You can see that's 0.95. So because this decimal point is too much for me, so you just want to click on this column header here. So reduce the decimal point here. I was telling us yesterday the use cases of decimal point. So you can just reduce the decimal point. Why is it not reducing? Hold on. Okay. Why is it not now reducing? Okay, I think it's better now. So we can see we have 0.72 years. That means it's not up to 1 year, but I actually want to convert it to a decimal point. So we can see we have this one now. So I can just say duration of loan. Duration of loan. So column one, yeah, I can rename this column one. Instead of saying column one, I can say something like duration of loan. Duration of loan. So in this case, it will now be year. Enter. So you can see 261 means 0.7 years. That means that's like about 1 year. So we have 0.1, which is pretty small. That's just 50 days. So if you should click on this one, the new thing I created now, you can see we have from 0.0 to we have about 13.5 years. That means there are some people that actually owe us for 13.5 years. That's actually a lot. Okay, we have campaign. I actually don't know what this particular month they stand for. Or you can actually check this one. I should be able to get a summary of this data set here. So if you look at this, so you can see loan. We have what is it? What is the name of the column again? The name of the column is that we have duration, we have campaign. Now let's just look at this. Duration means last contact duration. Okay, the last time you contacted them, that's the meaning of duration actually. I was thinking, no, I'm wrong. I was thinking it's duration of loan. So that's why you need to read what do you call it, data information before you start working on it. So now I can see it's last contact duration in second. That is the last time you contacted them as a bank. Maybe we sent them their bank summary, or what do you call it? A birthday message, a birthday wish, or something like that. The last time we sent them. So instead of loan now, so I'm sorry, instead of duration of loan, yeah. And then just change it. Instead of duration of loan, so I can just say duration. So this one, instead of duration of loan, I can just say duration. So we have our campaign. We have P-days. I don't know what P-days is, but let's check here. P-days is what? The number of days that have passed after, okay, number of days that passed by after the client was last contacted from a previous campaign. Okay. So that's the meaning of P-days. We have our previous. You can actually just look at what previous looks and mean. So I don't have that time honestly. So we have failure non-existent success. So we have our employee variance rate. We have the price. We have the I don't know what that stands for. Then we have all these things, which I don't know. Then we have our why, no yes. So now this data looks pretty clean, you understand? But it's not clean enough. But yeah, this is a good starting point. So now we are trying to move from one first process of data analysis. We imported our data. The next one is training our data. Looking at this data, it's clean. It's ready for analysis because there are no mistakes. All the information here are, are realistic. They are simple to understand. They are easy and clear and concise. So the next thing you want to do is transformation. That is, after cleaning, you are trying to transform. So that is transformation is just like you trying to make more out of your data. So now let's look at this age. This age now, we have what's the age range again? We have between the age of 18 to what? To 98. Now I want to know what are what's the age group of people in my bank? Do we have more of Gen Z in our bank, or do you have more of millennial in our bank, or do you have we have more of old school in our um in our bank? So that will bring us to what we call data transformation, or in short, we do call it Power Query. So to get to Power Query, you don't need to install anything. It is an extension of Excel. Please, can someone confirm they can hear me and they are still with me? Lawal, please, are you with me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, Mr. Dosimo, one, are you with me? Okay, I guess not. Will one, the other one, are you with me? Okay, so let's move on then. So Power Pivot or Power Query is an extension of Excel. So you just want to click on data. So when you click on data, you can see something like get and transform data. Obviously, we've gotten our data, which is what we are working with now. So the next thing is what? Transform data. Yes, we want to transform our data because we want to get more out of our data. So you want to click on from table arrange because I already have my data set in a table. That's why I'm clicking on from table arrange. But if you have it in CSV, remember this particular thing is not in CSV again. I've converted it into what Excel workbook. So you want to click on your from table arrange, then you just give it some minutes so it can load. So can you see I not download anything? It's just what do we call it? It's just extension of Excel. It is inside your Excel. You can input app with Excel. So the next thing you want to do is you want to classify this one into different age groups, right? So you click on this column header as we've been doing since morning. So click on add column. There's this. Okay, let me just introduce what Power Query is used for. Power Query is more like data cleaning. That is, you can do your data cleaning here, you can do your data transformation here. So instead of writing the big function, you can actually see it here. So you remember when we were using text column to split them into different columns, you can just use something we call split column here, and it works the same thing. They do the same work. So it is easier, it's even easier here. So you just want to read the English. So you just want to do, okay, I want to separate this column. So you just want to read the English. So okay, what do you want to do? I want to do this. What do you want to do? I want to do this. Then you can actually clean all your data sets here. So we have our data transformation here. Can you see if you want to dictate the data type, if you want to rename a column, if you want to split a column, if you want to extract a number or a character from a column, if you want to perform some arithmetic operation, you can easily click on anything. But in this case, I just want to group this one into different age group. So you click on this conditional column. So when you click on this conditional column, so let's wait for it a little bit to load. Okay, so it's done. So you want to click on new column name. So what do we want to do? We want to classify them into different age group, right? So you just click on your what age group. You just this is just a column name, so it's not you cannot be boxed under a standard. You can just write anything there. So what is writing now? What's the name of the column name? The name of the column is what age. So you want to write is age is equals to now because I want to separate them, and I remember that and the age group were between what 90 or 18 to 97. So I can just say maybe 18 to 30. If you are between the age of 18 to 30, you should be Gen Z. If you are between 30 to 50, you should be millennial. Then maybe 50 to, let me just say above 50, should be adults, or let me just say old cargo, something like that. So you can just say if it is less than or equals to, what's the value here? 30. So I want to return what? Gen Z, right? So you can just add your clause here. So you can see something like age. If it is less than or equals to, let's say in this case, let's just say 60. So let's say millennial. 67 now. Maybe let's just say millennial. Is it millennial? So millennial. So we can just say add class again. So we have age. So if it is greater than, if it is now greater than 60, that's it. If it is 61 and above, it should return what's old cargo. Are these people that are old? Mhm. So you want to click on OK. Then you can actually see that we have a new, sorry, you have a new new column code and created. So there's a data type here. This is ABC123. That means Power Query does not know if it is a text data type or Excel number data type. You just want to click on this ABC123, then click on what text because you want to change it to what text data type. So you can actually see the first like few rows, they are what? They are millennial. So if I actually check the date here, you will see that they are actually more than 30. Can you see all of them? Most of them are more than 30. Can you see this row 9 is 24, and that fall under our Gen Z then Gen Z formula, this Gen Z king. So if you actually take this one, you can actually see that this row 9, that's our Gen Z. Can you see it here? So that's how to actually, and if you want to compare it side by side, you can actually drag this one down. Okay, let's drag in it. Okay, I can just drag it and put it there. So you can see now, you can compare now. You have 24, 25. Can you see it? Gen Z, Gen Z. Now, do you understand that, Lawan?
Yes, yes, I do.
Okay. So, is there anything we want to do? For now, no. So we are done with that one again. So you want to click on your home tab. So you may want to explore this place, but yeah, it is very, very simple. So you want to click on your close and load, then close and load too. So when you click on your close and load too, it will ask you, do you want to load it into a table or do you want to load it into a private chat and stuff like that? So you want to load it into a table, then you click on add this data to data module. It's very important. So click on OK. It's already loading. Let's just give it some minutes. Okay. It's already loaded, so I'll start it. So you can see it here. So you may want to rename this. Let's try to rename this. Let's just say um clean data set here. So yeah. So and that's it. So we are done with the first process and second process of data analysis. The third process being analysis of data analysis. So I actually don't want to jam pack everything together. So climb let's just do it one by one. Let's do it step after step. So do you have any questions to ask, Lawal?
Yeah, for now, no. This class is
Okay,
it
do you
recorded?
yeah, it is. Do you think we should continue or we should just give it a rest so it won't be a lot of too much new information?
It's okay like this, so because I have to like practice it because
Yes.
I'm lost to
Yeah.
understand.
Okay, so let
So
me just let's end the class here today.
okay,
So I will drop the recording as soon as possible.
okay, no problem. But that what is it called? That site that you got the data from, you sign up, it's for free now.
Yes, for free.
Okay, then
So the
and
assignments. Okay, want to say something?
okay, I think you get, if I'm right, you get one data from SZ2. Is that true?
I don't understand that question. Sorry.
Like, do you get any data? Like, do you get any data that you work on SZ2? Like, you're working on one
No.
data in one place like that. I didn't get that part. Actually. Maybe when I watch the video, the record.
Well, this one.
No,
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 I
no, not
wasn't.
this one.
Maybe you need to watch the recording. No, I wasn't.
Okay, yeah, no problem.
I wasn't doing anything with Excel before. Okay, so no problem. Thank you so much for joining. And everyone, others actually joined and they were not responsive here. They're not responding to my message. Hopefully. Okay, I hope everyone have a good night's rest. Have a great day, everyone. Bye.
Bye. Thank you.
Welcome.
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome.